The following is a conversation between Matías De Stefano, referred to as me, and his higher self, referred to as I am. The date is January 15th, 2021, and the subject is the emotional aspect of the solar plexus in the sign of Capricorn. I am. What are all the things that keep you and your family together? Is it love or need? Is it unconditional or conditional? What role do you play in this structure? Me. Family. Those who are hungry. I remember when you explained it to me. Everyone gets together because they are hungry around a table to share food. Is the family really founded on love or on hunger? I am. Family comes from the Latin fames, to be hungry. In the ancient context, the groups of people who came together to create a clan that allowed them to defend themselves and maintain themselves, did so with a single purpose, and that was to survive, to feed themselves. The poor and without their own resources were considered hungry, famulous, meaning famished, and in most cases, these people survived by becoming servants for life of a domus, meaning a house. For some cultures, these dispossessed were servants, for others they were slaves. Servant comes from serve, the one who serves, who is at service. Slave is an italic mispronunciation of the word Slav, a verb identifying people from Eastern Europe, meaning to speak, who were subjugated by the Holy Roman Empire, for whom everyone spoke the same. Over time, the concept of servitude and slavery was related to hunger, and the protector of the domus became in charge of feeding these evicted or enslaved. Protector of the hungry servants. In Latin, it would be pater familias, father of the family. Me. The family is a bond of servitude and slavery between the parties, due to the simple need to survive adversity. The emotional week of Capricorn is destroying step by step each of the foundations of our social culture. I am. It was the idea. Let's go to the original concept of all this. Before being cultural and thinking beings, humans were animals like any other, surviving by hunting and gathering, living in caves, burrows, forests. The groups were small, but they knew that alone, as individuals, they could not survive. At least one or two women in the group ensured the continuity of the species, and they had to be protected because for 5 months, the months in which the pregnancy was previously recognized, they were vulnerable. A guard had to protect them, usually the young man of the pack, while they gathered plants and fruits near the burrow. The older ones, perhaps 2 or 3, would undertake long walks to hunt and thus bring many necessary items. Meat to live for many days and even weeks, leather for coats, hair for fabrics, bones for tools. The herd describes a small group of individuals, since herd originates from the word hand, fist with 5 fingers. In English, herd comes from the Greek kortis, meaning heap. When the group enlarges, different interconnected packs are created, something called a clan. Clan is the malformation of the word plan, that is, flat, something extensive and branched, which originates the word plant. And for this reason, they are all known together in the concept of the genealogical tree. This tree is a clan made up of different packs that interact with each other by relating to food, hunger, that is, as a family. Me. Family is the group of individuals with whom you sit down to share a plate of food at the same table. My family is Spanish-Italian, which means that every Sunday we all had to get together to eat and spend the day together, and sometimes more days during the week. This ritual was repeated, passing from one house to another. The Anglo-Saxons do not have this culture. Why? I am. Climate and geography. In the cold areas of Eurasia, there is a shortage of food and resources, which made it impossible to support a single family of many members. For this reason, they had to spread out throughout the territory, far from each other. The Nordic clans dotted the territories of fjords or wetlands. However, in the Mediterranean area, there were more resources for more time and for more people, which allowed them to share more. In addition, the heat led them to build the houses very close to each other to maintain a fair temperature in both winter and summer, which connected the houses almost under the same roof. Thus, it was more normal for the Mediterranean peoples to live in communities of many clans, while in the north, the same clans protected large territories with scarce resources. The same thing happened in Asian towns, Indians, and Americans. As I said, the structure of a clan is given by the exchange of individuals to keep the lineage alive. It arises from the basic need to eat, to nourish oneself. Hunger makes humans slaves to whoever has the food, and for this reason, every family member is a slave to the clan or herd that shares the food. Me, where does family love come from? I am. Love is an ancestral development shared by various species, not just humans. Many animals feel love for members of their own clan. Love is an evolutionary mechanism that keeps the pack together, that makes individuals feel part of a balanced network. Feeling love for each other, the continuity of a species is ensured. For this reason, in Indo-European languages, love is known as amors. Without death, that is, life continues. Or as love, which comes from lust, sexual pleasure that is felt when interconnecting with another being, to reproduce, creating a union to ensure continuity. Me, wow, you keep killing all the magic possible from the human soul. I am, well, to understand what the soul really feels, you have to clean it of all biological concepts. Me, in other words, loving your family is almost a biological obligation rather than a freedom of the soul? I am, yes, but remember that love was designed by the soul, which in its pure state saw no need to survive, but rather to expand. We are going to do both tours. From the point of view of the soul, of energy, matter is generated to allow the soul to create, manifest, experience all its infinite capacities in a plane of creativity and constant transformation. You can't create without changing, and eternal energy doesn't change, so matter gives that opportunity to change. The construction of extensive networks gives the soul more options to know itself and create, and that expansion, do you remember yesterday, relationship? Is the pulse that leads to constant action, which never ceases. Do you remember yesterday, need? And that need is eternal, what you call love. The soul does not see love as survival, but as creative expansion. Now in matter, this expansion becomes intertwined like a tree, a network, which connects all the points with each other and makes them depend by resonance, which generates the condition. This is how the genetic path is built, that is, the evolutionary trace from the origin, in which the same point is repeated and conditions the next. Now, from the human point of view, the physical body is the result of all those links in the network, of these ramifications, so its being is totally conditioned by hundreds of potentialities. From the human material point of view, love has become a need to survive, to belong, because the more I expand, the more nodes are generated to which I am linked, and makes them dependent by resonance, which generates the condition. Me, it's the same, but from polarized extremes. I am, that's right. From the biological point of view, love is a hormonal development that allows the nodes to be kept together so that the fabric of the networks remains in harmony. From the vision of the soul, love is the ability of that network to expand. Me, how do I know when I love from the soul or from biology? I am. You'll realize this when you're not hungry. Me. Huh? I am. When you don't need your family to exist. When you find love in expanding into a larger family, and it is not limited to the home you come from, the house where you were born. When you see your mothers and your sisters in many women. When you see your parents and brothers in many men. When you see your friends and partners in many people around the world. When, without judgment, you dare to share a plate of food with any culture in any language. When it doesn't affect you to get away from your family because you know that without them, you're still alive. When you can love them without expecting anything in return. Can you do it? Me. There's only one person I still don't see myself being able to do it with. I am. Who? Me. My mother. I can do it with everyone. In fact, I've spent a long time without interacting with many people and it doesn't affect me. I've lost contact with part of my family and it does not affect me. I've been without contact with my father for 27 years and it never affected me. Before, I was very dependent on my family, a lot. For me, it was everything. It must have been because of the Italian blood in me. I needed to make all my plans with them every week. If we didn't get together on a Sunday, I would get depressed. I needed them. But in 2019, everything changed. I thought it was because I felt frustrated, betrayed, hurt. I don't know. But no, it wasn't that. It was that I had changed. By connecting with you from the I am, the way my ego depended on other people began to disappear. I feel emotion, but I stopped being emotionally dependent. And I no longer feel betrayal or frustration. I don't feel nothing. That is to say, nothing negative, but neither positive. I feel that everything is fine as it is. I feel free. I realized that it is not necessary to live together, to belong, in order to be part of the whole. I don't need a family because I'm no longer emotionally hungry for other people. I feel free to choose. And the only reason why I continue to be linked to the concept of family with my mother is because I continue to dedicate my life to love for Mother Earth. And I don't see it as a burden. On the contrary, now I see it as an understanding, a reason, a purpose. I think I can say that my clan is no longer De Stefano or Bide. My clan is life on Earth. And I choose the links to which I expand. I am no longer hungry. I am. What do you feel when you see your family in this photo? Footnote, every blog has a photo and this one is of people standing in front of a house. Me, that I have chosen them all and that I no longer feel indebted to any of them. The things that I now choose to share with them are because I want to, not because I have to. And clearly, when we meet, we eat. And what if we eat? Except when I'm with my mother. With my mother, we drink tea. And there I realize that our heavy bond is due to the De Stefano family and its clan. But since 2019, we became free from the clan. We have created a new story for ourselves. I am. What keeps you attached to them? Me. In almost all of them, except my mother, I am united by fun, laughing, traveling, having a good time, shared stories. With my mother, we are united by the mission, the purpose. I am. Do you have fun with them out of love or out of necessity? Me. Out of necessity. As the moon in Sagittarius that I am, I really need to have fun, create plans, travel, laugh. I need it. I accept that there are conditions in these links. But you know what? I am free and aware that I choose that because I could choose others if I wanted to. But it is the love of my soul that chooses them. I am. So there are conditions? Me. Yes, there are conditions, at least with several of them, not with all of them. I recognize those emotional conditions that we have placed on ourselves, willing to work on them, aware that they are the ones that make me grow and get to know myself, not that they limit me. I am. What is your role in this clan? Me. I am the one who drives, the one who generates options, paths, exits. I am the way. I am, you're still hungry. Me, because? I am, because you love them. You love them. You're not malnourished. You can choose what to eat and when, but you are still hungry. You still belong to a family. You still depend on your clan's concepts and conditions. Recognize, you still need the family. Me, yes. Now that you say it like that, I still need them. As if they were my pillars to feel good, to have as an axis. I am. Do you know what emotion worries me in you? Me, which one? I am. Believing that to be free, you have to stop being hungry. How many times have you seen so many people struggle to free themselves from family patterns, leave the clan, break dependency ties with parents, ancestors? Me, many. I am. And what have you always said about that? Me, that eliminating patterns to free yourself from the family is like wanting to build a new house and throw away the toolbox because it weighs too much on you. I am. The goal is not to stop being hungry, it is to learn to eat. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and occasionally a snack. Be aware that you are not here to be free from the family. You are here to enjoy who you are, sharing a table every Sunday without the dependency of doing it out of obligation. Me, expand without losing myself, sharing the plate because I choose it. I am. Your questions are the hunger for my food that are the answers. Me, we are family. Well, I am, because we are one.